Welcome back to the Fantasy Price Check. Today we're going to be talking about Ronald Jones. Just to let you know what we're doing here on the channel, we are taking a look at player ADPs and we are grading them based upon whether a player is overpriced, underpriced, or fairly priced. And today we're talking about Ronald Jones. We're going to be doing this all season long leading up to draft, so be sure to click that subscribe button. By subscribing to this channel, you will hashtag win the draft. Let's get into Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones is currently being drafted in the 8th round as the RB35 off the board. He is currently being drafted after Marlon Mack and Ke'Shawn Vaughn and ahead of J.K. Dobbins and Kerryon Johnson. In this video, I'm going to break down for you whether Ronald Jones or Ke'Shawn Vaughn is the back to own in Tampa Bay. Last year, Ronald Jones finished as the RB26 and was the RB33 in points per game, and that was in a timeshare with Peyton Barber. Here are Ronald Jones' 2019 stats. He had 172 carries for 724 rushing yards, 40 targets, 31 receptions, 309 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns. That is over 1,000 total yards with a 4.2 yards per carry average and 10 yards per reception. His yards per carry average exceeded Joe Mixon, James Conner, Todd Gurley, and Melvin Gordon, and his yards per reception exceeded Aaron Jones, Mark Ingram, Duke Johnson, and James White. I was very impressed with how efficient Ronald Jones was last year. He has several top 24 efficiency rankings. He was 22nd in yards per touch, 18th in big runs, 17th in big run rate, 24th in evaded tackles, 24th in juke rate, and 22nd in yards created. And Ronald Jones had 10 plus yards on 12.6% of his carries, which ranked 5th in the league. He also took strides last year as a receiver. He had a 76% catch rate and was the 4th best running back in yards after the catch per attempt, right after Dalvin Cook, Austin Eckler, and Joe Mixon. He also had top 26 production in the following categories. He ranked 23rd in carries, 26th in rushing yards, 20th in receiving yards, and 26th in touchdown. And this was done with just a 36.5% snap share. Ronald Jones had 415 snaps compared to Peyton Barber's 339. I'm expecting an increased role for Ronald Jones now that Peyton Barber is no longer on the team. Peyton Barber vacates 154 rushing attempts, 24 targets, 24 red zone rushing attempts, and 7 goal line carries. Ronald Jones had 6 touchdowns last year, and he should inherit the goal line carries that Peyton Barber had. Peyton Barber had 7 goal line carries last year and 6 touchdowns. Based on that, 10 plus touchdowns is within the realm of possibilities for Ronald Jones this year. I believe that the majority of Peyton Barber's vacated carries are going to Ronald Jones, particularly on 1st and 2nd down. Ke'Shawn Vaughn may only get 100 to 125 carries, while Ronald Jones sees 200 to 225 carries this year. I don't think that Ke'Shawn Vaughn is coming into this backfield and taking over as a rookie. If anything, Ke'Shawn Vaughn may get the 3rd down work as he is a better receiver and a better pass blocker. Ronald Jones is 1 year younger than Ke'Shawn Vaughn and has 2 years of NFL experience under his belt, one with Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians is not going to hand over this backfield to a rookie. Bruce Arians drafted David Johnson in the 3rd round of the 2015 NFL Draft. During David Johnson's rookie season, he didn't have more than 8 rushing attempts in a game until week 13. Through the first 12 weeks of the season, he had just 35 rushing attempts. That has to concern you if you are interested in drafting Ke'Shawn Vaughn. Ronald Jones has also been putting in the work this offseason, getting up to 225 pounds in order to handle the workload, and he's also been working on his receiving game. Let's not forget that the Bucs drafted Tristan Wirfs with their first pick in the NFL Draft, and he graded as the 3rd best run-blocking offensive lineman according to Pro Football Focus. Ronald Jones is the back to own in Tampa. He had over 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns last year, and now Peyton Barber's touches are up for grabs. His usage should increase this year, and I'm expecting upwards of 1,200 total yards and 8 to 10 touchdowns. Just to give you a little bit more conservative projection, I would expect Ronald Jones to get about 1,100 total yards and 7 touchdowns. Based upon that production, he would finish inside the top 20 based upon last year's running back finishes. At the RB35, Ronald Jones is an absolute steal in drafts. Ronald Jones is underpriced. Draft this guy in the 8th round of your drafts. Guys, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, I want you to smash that like button and click subscribe. We're going to be doing these price checks all season long leading up to drafts. Guys, if you want to check out more running back price checks that we've done, I'm going to throw up a playlist in the corner of your screen. And then once we get done with Ke'Shawn Vaughn's, I'm going to throw his right below. So be sure to check those out. And I'll see you guys on the next one.